Chapter 20, Birchbark Campground in North Dakota. The smell of grilled meat filled the air as Casey parked General P next to his Mini Winnie. Smoke rose from a portable grill on the tailgate of his neighbor's idle F-250, still polluting the environment around the clock. The charring meat crackled as he walked over with his backpack on. The setting sun cast a shadow from his RV all the way to the neighboring campsite. Big C! Truckee raised his grill tongs in the air and snapped them together like he was playing a hi-hat cymbal on a drum set. Perfect timing! The meat's almost ready. I've got cheddar wurst, brats, and burgers. Grab a beer from the fridge and I'll give you the full meat sampler. Smells delicious. I think I'll take you up on that. Nice apron, by the way. Thanks. Truckee glanced down at his apron. It had a picture of a chef holding a blood-soaked knife with the words, "Licensed to grill." My old collies gave it to me back in the day. Suits you well. Casey opened Truckee's campsite fridge. Need a refill? Always. What do you want? Casey stopped mid-sentence and looked at Truckee. I know, Truckee groaned. Nothing but Miller Lite? Casey looked back at the fridge. Cans of Miller Lite filled every shelf. Did you have a falling out with Bud? No, we're still good friends, but I went to the doctor this morning for my annual physical. He said I needed to switch to light beer to lower my cholesterol and shed some of my baby weight. Casey grabbed 2 beers. Probably a good idea. Truckee shrugged. The hell does he know anyway? I assume more than you about the subject if he's a licensed doctor. Casey handed Truckee a beer. Truckee cracked his beer one-handed while he pushed meat around the grill. He took back half the beer and finished his sip with a belch. More taste, only 96 calories. Let's get you in touch with the Miller Lite marketing team. I see spokesperson in your future. Speaking of futures, did you stop by Outlaw Hunters? I did. Casey plopped his backpack on the tailgate next to the grill. He pulled out his vest and clubs. They gave me these bad boys. Dude, shut up. Truckee spilled his beer. They offered you a job? I'm so proud of you. Just think how far you've come since you met me. Well, it's sort of like, I believe it was Teddy Roosevelt who once said the votes he got from the cows he wrangled in North Dakota helped him win the presidency. I don't remember the exact wording, but it's something close to that. Truckee twisted the knobs on his grill and the propane shut off. Sky's the limit for you now, big guy. Teddy just rolled over in his grave. I think the key thing about Teddy's time in North Dakota was that it allowed him to focus on something else, in his case, ranching, while he dealt with the grief caused by losing his wife and mother on the same day. Truckee made eye contact with him. So you're saying Teddy lost loved ones close to him and came out to the Dakotas to try something completely different than what he and his family always did and found himself because of it? Exactly. Sounds familiar. Oh shit, yeah. Casey saw Clemmy approach Truckee's campsite. Hey Clemmy. Hey there, Casey. Truckee. Just in time. Truckee held up a plate. Let me get you some food. Smells delicious. Clemmy took the plate. You working the Dakota tonight? Truckee asked. Worked the earlier shift, but I'm heading to the Snowflake Casino soon. Wanted to mention I thought of you earlier. Clemmy smiled at Casey. Me? Casey perked up. You'll have to excuse my friend. He's not used to beautiful women thinking about him. Truckee winked at Casey. You ready to eat? For sure. Casey glanced up at Clemmy. Why'd you think of me? Was hanging out with Billy and he's stressed out. More than I've ever seen before. Did he say why? Something about trying to get approvals to do something? I'm not sure. Clemmy bit into a burger. He also mentioned he might have to leave soon. Didn't say why, but I figured that might change your internship or whatever you're trying to do with them. That's good to know, Casey said. But why would he be leaving so soon and what does he need approval for? I'm sorry to dine and dash, but I have to run to get ready for the casino. Clemmy gave Truckee a side hug. Thanks for the food. You're a lifesaver. I live to serve. Truckee flashed a smile. Nice seeing you again. Casey waved goodbye. And thanks for the info about Geronimo. Anytime. Have a good night, boys. Truckee piled meat onto a plastic plate and handed it to Casey. Here, you get some protein in you while I check out your gear. Truckee strapped the vest on and pounded his chest like a gorilla. Little loose on me. I'll have to wear a hoodie underneath. You're not wearing that anywhere. Casey bit into the cheddar wurst and cheese squirted on his beard. Check out the billy clubs. Truckee picked up the clubs and pretended to swing them at Casey. He dropped his voice an octave. I told you, boy, if you didn't eat all your food, I'd slap you silly. Now shovel it in or you're going to bed hungry with a swollen backside. Casey almost choked on his food, trying not to laugh. Not too far from the truth. Maybe you should head downtown and get your own gear. The owner's name is Chell Tivo. That's right, I heard his interview on Nodak News. Have you seen a picture of him? No. Was he cool? He was, but get this. He looks like Mitt Romney, and he's LDS to boot. A full-fledged Book of Mormoner? That's right. Last guy I expected from Salt Lake City and everything. And he has this top 10 fugitive list he puts out every month. I've seen the posters around town. Truckee dropped the clubs and bit into her brat. He showed me a preview of the one he's putting out tomorrow for June. Do you remember that military-looking guy that shushed us at P's and Q's the other night before you sang? I wanted to bash his skull in for telling me to be quiet while Flipper was singing his dumbass song. Right, and I'd take him down for other reasons. Anyway, this guy's nickname is Gunner, and he's an ex-Delta Force operator. I ran into him again next to the park grounds on the far side of Knife River. He's running an oil rig site that people around the area think could be extortion. So Gunner was number 10 on the new list, and Chell said it would be $20,000 in my pocket if I can think of a way to arrest him. He even gave me the bail piece and said this was my first test skip. Casey handed the bail piece to Truckee. Truckee took another bite and inspected the paper. Lance or Bass, wanted in Texas. Geez, you're getting grease on it. It'll make your pocket smell good. Now, shh, I'm reading here. He scanned the rest of the page and handed it back to Casey. I want in. Well, I didn't mean to show you to get you involved. What, are you going to do surveillance on the back of General P? Truckee slapped the side of his truck. I already have this baby fired up and ready to roll. Plus, I pushed you to check this bounty hunter thing out, so I need to be there when you cut your teeth. And this Gunner guy sounds tough, so you need all the backup muscle you can get. I know, but I wonder how late he stays at the drill site. Do you think we could try to take him there? No, there's an entire crew of guys with him, and they look like they might all have similar backgrounds to Gunner. Better to get him somewhere by himself, maybe his house. I learned from the neighbor next to the park that Gunner and his guys leave as late as midnight most nights. Hot damn, Truckee pumped his fist. Sounds like we're in luck. If I remember the area right, there's a single bridge across that part of the river. A natural choke point we can set up next to for surveillance. You're right. I used it yesterday when I drove there. Truckee threw the rest of his brat in his mouth and sucked down his beer. Let's finish the meat. I'll pack the cooler with some roadies. You grab your binoculars if you have a pair, and we'll meet back here in 15. Sound good? Deal, but just passive surveillance. Chell said he would provide backup when it's time to make the arrest if we even get that far. This is exciting. Truckee folded up his grill and closed his tailgate. Can I wear the vest? Not a chance. What about one of the Billy? Nope. See you in 15.